Welcome you to the New Jersey Vietnam Veterans Memorial and Museum, the only one of its kind in the nation. That deserves a round of applause. Please stand so that we may begin today's ceremony. Please welcome the Honor Guard from MAST for the posting of the colors.
File left. Arch. Order. Up. Ready. Hut. Reset. Out. Ready. Hut.
Please welcome a Vietnam veteran and one of our beloved docents, Ron Wentworth, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
In case you don't know it, if you're in civilian clothes or if you're a Vietnam veteran and you're inactive in civilian clothes, you can salute or put your hand on the heart. It's your choice. So if everybody would face the flag and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Present arms. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And two. Please remain standing.
Please join Monmouth County native and former Miss New Jersey, Jade Glab, in singing the national anthem. And I just found out she is now Miss World America. Congratulations. At this time, I'd like to welcome to the podium our chaplain from Rolling Thunder National, Mark Crabtree, for the invocation.
Forward. March.
bow your heads with me and lift covers of Abel. Heavenly Father, sovereign God, come before you and we thank you for this beautiful day that you've given us today, Lord. I thank you for all of those that have served and are still serving so faithfully, so selflessly, Lord God, that we could be here today to remember those that came before, the shoulders of the giants that we all stand on, that we build upon the foundation that they've laid. We thank you for the resource and the provision, the man hours and the people and the volunteers that come together to make a place like this happen so that future generations remember the history and remember the people that fought so gallantly to give them the freedom that we all enjoy today. Lord, I pray for a blessing over our day and that your spirit would be here among us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Mark. You may be seated. At this time, we have some very special presentations to announce. General Martin, our board chairman, will receive these presentations on behalf of the Memorial and Museum. It is my pleasure to introduce our first presenter, Larry Bishop, State Commander of the American Legion Department of New Jersey.
Thank you. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. I have a presentation, part of my project for the year. I'd like to donate $10,000 to the museum and the Vietnam Memorial. Thank you, everybody, and welcome home.
Well, what Larry didn't tell you was what his money went to purchase for us. We have quite a few physically challenged visitors to our memorial and our museum that aren't able to experience the full property because of their challenges. And Larry and the American Legion, that check has gone to purchase a club car, a 6-seat club car with Bluetooth sound, seat belts, all the safety features. So now we can transport our physically challenged visitors throughout the entire property. Ron Wentworth, bring the club car around. You have to show it off, it's so cute. And this is our new transportation for our visitors.
Good job, good job.
Keep going. Thank you, sir. Thank you. It is just a beautiful, beautiful vehicle. And Larry, thank you so much because this is really going to mean a lot to our visitors who need that. Thank you. Our second presentation is from one of our foundation trustees who also served as a captain in the United States Navy. Army. Whoa, sorry about that, Bill. Navy just came out so easily. I don't know why. We are thrilled to have him and his wife, Stephanie, on our board of trustees. Please welcome Bill Lenchinsky.
Doesn't Amy do everything perfect? This transformation of this beautiful property. I was asked to say a few words and to tell you about my donation from our family. Of course, the other half of my trustee companion, my wife, is not here. She broke her foot. She's resting in Naples, Florida, which is not a bad place to rest. And I wrote a speech, and she said, you know, I was an English teacher. I'm going to write something that you're going to read on behalf of myself and you together today. So I want to speak on that. General Martin, thank you for being here. Honorable Senator, all the guests, the board, trustees, and all the veterans, thank you very much for coming out today. So on behalf of our Vietnam veterans and the armed forces serving our country, my wife and I are deeply humbled and honored to spend this treasured moment with each of you. This is a very special place. a place where generations of heroes have come to be honored. It's also a symbol for generations to connect to the past. My wife, Stephanie, and I are proud to be part of this board, extremely proud to make this donation to all that serve and to their families. This is a very special place. I want to say a few things about my background. And my wife and I, our families have a deep connection to the military. Both our grandfathers served in World War I. Both our fathers served in World War II. My brother-in-law was in the Navy. I was in the Army for 5 years, airborne captain, and some years in the National Guard. So I understand the sacrifices that all of you put yourself through in your families. As a former Army captain, I'll never forget the opportunity to give back. It makes me so proud to serve in this endeavor for the New Jersey Vietnam Veterans Memorial and Museum. So I have a donation to make to General Martin. And my wife and I wrote a check and mailed it to the center here about a week ago. And she said, but you know, that check is from you. I said, yes, it's from the family. But my wife said, I'm on the board. I should have a check. So where's this going? So I have two $20,000 checks. Wow. I tell people on the Veterans Board, they think of DC, which is quite honorable. But this is a very unique place. As Amy said, it's the only place in America that has this unique quality of honoring the Vietnam War and the veterans and the sacrifices. And I hope that this helps in that process, Carol. There is two checks. All right. Well, thank you very much, everyone.
So those funds are going to be spent on a state-of-the-art sound system inside the museum, and it's going to be integrated throughout the entire building. And we also have the latest technology and a high definition screen where the kids will get to watch the presentations that we play, that our docents play for the students when they visit. So that's a big chunk of change to have to pay for, and now it is covered thanks to Bill Lenchinsky and his wife Stephanie. Thank you. And now it's my honor to welcome to the podium the Vice Chair of our Foundation Board, a Gold Star family member, former Senator Nick Aselta.
Good morning, everyone, and what a beautiful, beautiful morning. I think it's only appropriate me to begin by once again thanking the leadership here. And I've been a board member for about 3 years, and I've watched this place change in such a dramatic and positive way. And a lot of that has to do with leadership at the board level, but most importantly, leadership that was hired a year ago, Amy Osborne, to take this particular facility and take it to a whole nother level, get it national recognition and rehab, and most importantly, rebuild this beautiful center. I was here, the original dedication in 1995. I was an assemblyman, which we met at the PNC Center and dedicated the original memorial. So I've been here forever. I was in Washington when that was dedicated. My brother sits on the wall, but most importantly, I'm here because of you. And I first want to ask all the Vietnam vets, please stand. I want to just share all of the message of a fellow Vietnam veteran who is a paramedic volunteer here. He told me one day, he said, every time I leave my house, with all the problems, all the anxiety, and I come up that driveway and I see the Memorial Drive, all of that leaves me, and I'm in a better place. And I hope you are in a better place being here today. Welcome home. I guess announce some of the important people. You know, we talk about government and how sometimes it's onerous, it's difficult to understand sometimes, but we are fortunate here. Very fortunate to have partners in government from every level. And I'm going to announce some of them that are here, and we'll start with J.K.C. Das, Senator Cory Booker's Chief of Staff is here, representing Senator Booker. Aaron Williams, yes. Senator Booker, and we will have a friend, another senator at some point in time after November that will be our friend and sharing the mission here also. Aaron Williams, Veterans Outreach Aide to Governor Murphy, who's been to just about everything we do here. He's been a part of it. And he's a Marine. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you very much for your service. Sue Kiley, Monmouth County Commissioner. She is the Veterans Rep on Monmouth County Commissioner. Thank you, Sue. Eric Anderson, Monmouth County Commissioner. I think his aide is here. He just called and said he had a problem. He couldn't make it, but I think his representative here also. But thank you for being a partner with us. Ave Schnall, Assemblyman 30th Legislative District. Avi, are you here? Please stand. Thank you for coming. Mayor of Aberdeen, Fred Pagliarina. Fred. Thank you, Fred. Tony Perry, Mayor Township of Middleton. Tara Torchio Boss, Deputy Mayor of Coltsnet. And there are a few people that I want to point out. There is County Clerk, who I think is probably one of our greatest supporters. She's been here for so long. And with her and her team in Monmouth County, she has been super helpful, super dedicated. Please stand. Also, Assemblywoman Ara Dunn, who's on our board also. Daughter of a Vietnam vet. And also a daughter of a Vietnam vet, Assemblywoman Carol Murphy. Carol, it's been very helpful in the legislature more money to continue to do the good things we're doing out here. So that segues me into who we're very grateful today to talk about a little bit. I met the senator many years ago, back in 2017. I was a member of the UTCA. We brought him in for a vetting for who we were going to support as a construction association, and he said all the right things, did all the right things, supported all our issues, so that became easy. But I learned a long time ago, my mentor in politics, the former Assembly Speaker, told me, it doesn't matter what political party you are, it doesn't matter what legislation you've done, it matters is when you leave that individual and you walk away, you think of him, that's a great guy. And that day, I thought to myself, he's a good guy, he's a great guy, he's gonna do the right things, and as his bio speaks to, when you join the legislature, you can concentrate on whatever you want, but he's concentrating on all the most important things. Our children, our seniors, our veterans, and our disabled. If you look at his bio, that's where his legislation really concentrates. That's why we honor him today in helping us secure the funding to do the rehabilitation inside. And that was not an easy lift for him. Because anytime you get an appropriation bill to the level of which he got us, it takes somebody that's going to lobby the other members to go along and vote for him. And this gentleman, this senator, has been a champion for us. And Vin Gopal is probably, in my estimation, what a legislator should look like and should be. Not for himself, and I see, most importantly, I see this all the time. People that take these positions and they promote themselves all the time on social media. That's all they want to do. in this case, this gentleman not only does the right thing by his constituents, but he has a commitment and a dedication to what we do here. And that's completely admirable, and we truly appreciate that. And I want to recognize you as a former colleague of yours. I wasn't able to serve with you, but we all share the bond of being in the state legislature. We all leave at some point with a legacy, and your legacy will be part of your legacy will be this. So once again, congratulations. Thank you for all the hard work to help us, and we're going to need more help for you down the line. And I think you will.
Thank you all. Welcome home. Thank you to our incredible Vietnam veterans that are here, your families, some here, some not, who sacrificed so much on your behalf. I met a number of volunteers here, just coming in, who are here on a weekly basis, helping to push this forward. To the board, to Amy, to Major General Clark Martin, who is just an incredible person that I've got to know over the years. Works in Trenton, or are you retired yet? Or not yet? You're still working. Okay. Sort of, semi-retired. But his military service, 153 combat missions, 100 of them over North Vietnam, and the incredible work he has done as he returns home to make sure the memory is protected of the Vietnam War and everyone who served there. I am truly humbled to have this award. I shouldn't. There's no reason an elected official should have this. Any moron can vote yes or no on a screen. You guys really did the work. You served your country. You served it honorably. You came back and didn't get the appreciation that you deserved. Something that we can make sure never, ever happens again. I am truly grateful. I am truly grateful for each and every one of you. God bless your families. God bless everything you're doing, and I'm excited to see where this goes in the future as more and more kids visit here. And I'm going to make a commitment from my foundation for $10,000 as well. How could I not? And I'd like to put it towards Monmouth County Schools to pay for them to come here, transportation. So I look forward to working with you guys. Thank you for this honor. Congratulations to everyone else. And thank you, Nanette. Thank you. You've been a great friend, and I hope your back feels better. Okay.
Couple things. I think Nick talked about what Vin has done for us and Vin's passion for America's heroes. And but what you might not know about Vin that I know, and it's something else that I care about. First of all, if you have a pet in the audience, raise your hand. Cat, dog, ferret, rabbit, horse. Mostly everyone has a pet. I want to tell you that this man is the loudest voice in Trenton for animals. That, yes, it deserves a round of applause. When you have people that speak for those who need a voice and don't have one, they should be honored and they should be thanked. So when we were trying to think about what we could give Vin for helping the memorial, for helping veterans, also we wanted to tie in his love for animals. Well, what memorial do we have on our property that's perfect? Our War Dog Memorial. So we have this handmade by the artist, a bronze statue, a miniature statue. It says the U.S. War Dogs Memorial on it, and it's our gift from all of our trustees, our volunteers, my staff, everyone at the New Jersey Vietnam Veterans Memorial and Museum to say thank you to someone who not only honors vets, but also honors animals. And thank you so much for everything you do, Vin. We're honored to have with us the Deputy Commissioner for Veterans Affairs for the state of New Jersey with the Department of Military and Veterans Affairs. Vince Salamino, who is a very strong supporter of our foundation and everything that we do here, and we're honored to have him with us today to represent Governor Murphy with a proclamation. Vince?
Good morning, all. As Amy indicated, I have the pleasure, privilege of serving as the Deputy Commissioner of Veterans Affairs for our great state. But the proudest that I am of a title that I hold is to be a U.S. Army veteran. And so I join each of you today, Vietnam veterans, Korean War veterans, World War II veterans, folks who served in the Gulf War, Operation Enduring Freedom, Iraqi Freedom. On behalf of the people of the Garden State, I wish to say, welcome home. Welcome home. We gather together, and it's great to see my friend Senator Bingo Powell be honored. It's great to see a bipartisan group of folks in government who demonstrate our commitment to the shared values of patriotism and honoring the selfless service of the men and women from our communities who went forward overseas to serve in dangerous places many years ago. Is that me? Yeah. A little bit further. I do wish to share with you a letter from Governor Murphy as we commemorate not just the reopening of a beautiful building, and I congratulate the volunteers, the board, everyone who made this possible. We talked about bipartisanship. Where is Assemblywoman Ora Dunn and Assemblywoman Carol Murphy, who sit on the Budget Committee? Let's give them a round of applause. It demonstrates how folks on opposite sides of the aisle care deeply about this place that many of you know intimately, many of you love. I grew up not far from here in Union Beach, and I recall visiting this museum when it opened and visiting the wall and touching the names on it. I went to the Marine Academy of Science and Technology. Let's hear it for our wonderful color guard today. Thank you. And I believe that places such as this are vital to the life of New Jersey and to our communities. Before I read a letter on behalf of Governor Philip D. Murphy, I do wish to take one point of personal privilege and recognize my dear friend, Councilwoman Margaret Montone. Margaret, thank you for being here from Aberdeen County. Thank you. Deputy Mayor, wow, the senator corrected me. I have this letter that says, "Dear friends," and I think this is important because we're honoring the reopening of the center, but many years ago, New Jersey, folks a lot smarter than me, who did a lot braver things than me, set aside May 7th as a day that we as a state, before the United States did it, I might add, honor the sacrifice of New Jerseyans who served in Vietnam. And so the governor writes, on behalf of our great state, I am honored to welcome all of you gathered today for the annual New Jersey Vietnam Veterans Remembrance Day ceremony. In 1991, legislation established the New Jersey Vietnam Veterans Remembrance Day as a dedicated occasion to pay tribute to the individuals who served in the military from 1959 to 1975 during the Vietnam War. Over 200,000 residents of New Jersey bravely served in the armed forces during this period. As governor, I respectfully join with everyone in attendance and the entire state in recognition of our Vietnam veterans. A huge debt of gratitude is owed to these individuals who have made their state and nation proud. Thank you again for your service, and best wishes for a successful and memorable event. The governor, oh, sure. The governor has also issued a proclamation today, May 7th, 2024, honoring this day as we have since 1991 as Vietnam Veterans Remembrance Day in the state of New Jersey, declared by Philip D. Murphy, governor of the state of New Jersey, and I'm proud to present it to one of my predecessors who had my job, Colonel Mike Warner.
For all he's done.
I think, Mike, are we a dynamic duo at this point? Sorry. Do you want to say a few words? Oh, okay. Wow. Former Deputy Commissioner of Veterans Affairs, a few words. That's rare. That's rare. He's leaving it to me. Thank you, sir. Another one of the titles that I held in my career was a command historian in the Army. And it was over 10 years ago. I received a telephone call from, I don't see Bill here today, who's in the audience. Is Bill Lindeman here today? Okay. So I received this call, and as a historian, sometimes in the Army, you have to sign for artifacts. We call them macro artifacts, not like that nice presentation the senator got. A macro artifact is everything from a tank to the helicopter behind me. And I had the distinction of kind of being on the ground floor as many folks worked to transfer this helicopter to the excellent team of volunteers who restored it, honored it, and 10 years ago dedicated it in its place on Vietnam Remembrance Day. So I would like to acknowledge the members of the Huey crew. If you could please come up front and stand here in front of the wall, beginning with James Beringer. Mr. Beringer. Carl Burns. Michael Cole. Bob Cottrell. Kathy Everhard. Kathy, is Kelly with you? Kelly Everhard? Come on, Kelly, come on up here. And Kathy, you can come up too, please, and say a few words. John Ford. John Ford, where you at, John? All right, well, we'll give you a round of applause anyway. Mike Lamort. Bill McClung. Jim McGinnis. Frank Ligori. Mike Napolitano. And John Nugent. John, you here? Folks, let's give a big New Jersey Vietnam Veterans Memorial round of applause for this dedicated team.
Sit down, relax. Again, my name is Kathy Everhart, and I've been a tour guide here and involved since the memorial started, way back when. But I'm not here to talk about myself. I'm here to talk about the UV crew and the fantastic people that work here. Me being a tank crewman, I didn't see much of a helicopter, so I never got the opportunity, not an opportunity, but never got into the helicopter. So when we got under this crew, we all learned to work together. Beside me, I have my daughter, Kelly. She gave up after working 8 hours a day. She would come in and supervise all of us UE crew. She made a lot of new fathers. She dedicated and is very proud to have done in the program. Well, you can tell a little bit about how you acquired the paint and stuff like that. But she was our gunnery sergeant. She was in charge. She told all of us how to sand, how to paint, and how many children can tell their parents what to do. So I'll give it to my daughter Kelly for a little bit.
do for you. So what's that? It said, we're getting a Huey for the memorial. You want to paint it? I'm like, what? He's like, no, really. And it was just an honor. Like, how could you say no? You know, so every day after work, like you said, I would go to work, Atlantic Highlands, working at a body shop. I was a painter prepper then. And then I'd go down the wall, meet the guys in the hangar. They were prepping it. They were there every Monday for I think about 2 years prepping it. Finally came to the task for me to paint it. I reached out to PPG. PPG ended up donating all the paint that was needed, all the paint supplies that were needed to paint this. And we painted it. I'll never forget being on top of that. Just standing up there. and Frank said, don't worry, if you fall, I'll break your fall. That's what I'll let you do. So we did it. And Christmas, we decorated it all in Christmas lights and had a little Christmas tree. And we spent hours and hours and hours together and hearing the stories of all these men that sacrificed so much and never really got to tell their story. My father being one, he didn't talk for many years about it. And it was just a beautiful thing. And to see it today, see everybody back together. I've been gone for a while, moved out of state, but I'm back now, and it's just beautiful. And it's just such an honor to have so many new dads and great stories. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you to Kathy and thank you to Kelly. Also, Kelly, thank you for your service to our country. Kelly's also a veteran. And Kathy is a Marine, which he always wants me to mention. Not just a veteran, he is a Marine. Well, it's kind of hot out here. Would you guys agree? We got a little bit of sun on us, so I'm going to wrap up by thanking a few people. I guess firstly I'll thank our participants today. Mark Crabtree from Rolling Thunder for coming out. Jade Glab, our reigning beauty queen here. The Honor Guard from Mass, thank you all so much. They are such fantastic. They're just such a fantastic group. They come out and they do the Honor Guard, but they also help us and they'll hand out programs. They're filming this right now. There's a cadet filming this right now for us as a favor. So thank you very much, and we just appreciate all of you a lot. I want to thank Pat Vellucci, who is one of our tour guides over there in the red shirt, who you can see running around everywhere. He's one of our docents, but Pat was actually a director on Broadway, so we are really, really fortunate to have him on our team, because every time we have to do a ceremony or an event, Pat's always involved and makes sure that we get it straight, except for maybe the sound system today. But that wasn't his job. That was not his job. Ron Wentworth, who worked really hard on multiple projects leading up to today to get the museum ready. He was the guy driving the club car. So thank you, Ron, for everything you do for us on a daily basis. I want to thank all of our docents. If you are a docent, stand up and be recognized, please. All areas of the state represented through our docents. So thank you for everything that you do. It makes everything that you do makes the place so much more special, because the one piece of feedback that I always get from visitors is that they really enjoyed their time with the tour guide, because it's a piece of living history. So if you take a tour with Pat or Ron or John or Bill, any of the guys that stutter, you get their own personal story in that tour guide, not just what you would get in a history book telling you about Vietnam, but what it was really like to be on the ground, boots on the ground in Vietnam, and we just appreciate them so much. I want to have everybody who's in the audience, who's on our board of trustees, stand and be recognized right now, please. If you're on the dais, if you're out there, please stand and be recognized. Last count, we had about 12 of our trustees with us today. This is a group, a dedicated group of people who are interested in seeing this memorial and this museum move to the next level. And we have such a strong group of trustees, and I'm grateful for every single one of you. So thank you, and thank you, Bill. raised 50 grand at this ceremony. Who knew? I think we're going to try to do that at every ceremony. $60,000 today. Amazing. Thank you for everyone's contribution. And finally, I want to thank my staff, Michelle, Diana, Ralph. Please stand and be recognized, or come out and wave your hand just for a second, please. For all of your hard work. Ralph is a Marine. They like you to know this. I've learned this. Ralph is a Marine and was in Vietnam. He's one of our docents, and he's been our curator for the past 6 months. He's an historian, and he's done a great job. Thank you, Ralph. Diana has been running around. You saw her out here giving the bags to the Huey crew. Diana, can you just wave to the crowd? Are you there? She's probably back in the office working if I know her. She's the hardest worker. And Michelle, who runs the entire 5.5-acre facility. Michelle, are you there? General Patton used to say to his troops, do more than is required of you. Think about that. Do more than is required of you. My staff does that every single day. Thank you for that. Finally, just a couple more thank yous. I want to thank the folks at Coviello Electric. They came out here. We needed things done. They came out here the day they were called. I'm not sure exactly where they drive from, but the name of the company is Coviello Electric. They came out, they hooked up our brand new museum doors, and did a bunch of other things while they were here, and didn't charge us for it, and God bless them. So, and as you know, we're going to have refreshments served inside after the ceremony concludes, which is in about 5 seconds. And part of those refreshments came from Jersey Mike's of Homedale. So thank you, Jersey Mike's of Homedale. They donated the sandwiches. So this concludes today's ceremony. I want to encourage everyone here, if you've not taken a tour with us before, to please find a docent. They're labeled appropriately. They have their name tags on. They would be more than happy to give you a tour of the memorial in the back, all the memorials, the museum, and also please don't forget to stop by our beautiful, newly designed gift shop. And today and the rest of the week, in honor of our grand opening, we're offering 25% off just everything in our gift shop. So please take advantage of that. And once again, thank you to all of our participants, all of the donations, and everyone for being here. Thank you so much.